Hi friends, today we are going to discuss a very common topic, generic versus brand medicine. Most of the people are very much aware about the term generic and brand, but they do not know what is the exact difference between generic versus brand medicine. They generally assume that generic medicine are cheap medicine and might be less effective than brand medicine. So in today's session, we are going to discuss all these things, all these parameters, and we are going to clarify various type of myth regarding generic medicine versus brand medicine. Most of the time, you people experience that when you go some pharmacy and you buy some medicine of around rupees 300 to 500. At that time, a pharmacist or some healthcare worker offer you same content of medicine of around 60 to 70 or 100 rupees. What do you think? You immediately think like that it would be fake or will it work properly or not? Or you can ask question that why is so cheap? So today we are going to answer all these questions. We will check every fact behind all the myths. So let's start our today's class, generic versus brand medicine. So first of all, the main question is that are generic medicine really as effective as brand medicine? You have heard about one very common medicine, crocin. What is crocin? Crocin is a drug, antipyretic. Crocin is the drug, antipyretic drug that generally used for the treatment of fever. And apart of Procid, there are some another famous brands like Calpol, like Dolo, also in the market. So, and even some companies produces paracetamol with name molecule name paracetamol. So, what is that? What is this Crocin? What is that Calpol? What is Dolo? Actually, when we are going to categorize these type of thing, generic versus brand, there are generally three category in the market. First one is brand drugs. Brand drugs. Second one is brand generic drugs. And third one is completely generic drugs. So now we will discuss all these three things. What is brand drugs? What is brand generic drugs? And third one is completely generic drugs. So what is medicine? Actually, when any pharmaceutical company discover any molecule for particular treatment or particular ailment, they generally invest a lot of money in research, clinical trials, manufacturing, and marketing. And after approval from the regulatory body, they launch it under a brand name. They launch it under the brand name. But there is one catch. When they invest in the market, a lot of money, a lot of dollar, and after approval, they secures patent for a particular time frame, for a 10 years, for a 15 years, all depends. So when these company that discover molecules, we can assume as an innovator companies, when they manufacture drug for particular time period after securing patent, that medicine at that time called as brand medicine, totally brand medicine. Okay, as I have already explained you, drug molecule discovered and after they discovered, company secured patent. Company launches with its some innovator brand name. At that particular time, that is called brand drugs, brand medicine. But when the patent expires, most of the companies can manufacture that drugs, and that is called branded generic or ethical drug. Some companies manufacture drug and launched in the name of molecule. like pantoprazole, that is called totally unbranded and generic drugs. Okay, got it? Brand drugs, branded generic drugs, and unbranded generic drugs. So, what is generic drugs now? Generic drugs are same as branded drugs, same active ingredient like branded drugs, same strength, same dosage form, same therapeutic effect like branded drugs. But the difference may include it might be different color, it might be different shape. For example, crocin is circular shape, Dolo 650 is oval in shape. Packaging can be different, company name obviously different, and price obviously different. But the effect of that generic medicine would be equal to the brand drug. So, as I already explained you, here are some examples. You have heard about one antibiotic, very common antibiotic, amoxicillin or combination with clavulanic acid. This drug discovered by discovered and launched by Beacon Group. Beacon Group. Nowadays, this Beacon Group now a part of GlaxoSmithKline company, very famous company. And when they discovered amoxicillin, they launches under the name of Augmentin. They launched under the name of Augmentin. And that is called innovator brand drug, means totally purely brand drug, Augmented. But after their patent expire, most of the company manufacture this amoxicillin clavulanic combination. For example, Mankind company. They launches same molecule amoxicillin in combination with clavulanic acid under the brand name of Moxicide CV. That is called branded generics. And some other uh, companies also launches these molecule under different name like Clavem, Novomox CV, etc. etc. Some companies also launch same drug, but the name of that drug is same as the generic molecule, and that is called totally unbranded generic drug. Okay, like this, one molecule, atorvastatin, one type of one type of drug that generally used in dyslipidemia for the treatment of cholesterol in layman term, launched by the Pfizer under the brand name of Lipitor. Nowadays, most of the companies produces atorvastatin under a different brand name like atorvastatin, Zydus, Ester 10, USV. Same as amlodipine discovered by the Pfizer, at that time it launched under the innovator brand name of Norvasec. Nowadays, most of the company like Ampine 5, Amlodec launched by different company that is called branded generic. Some companies launch amlodipine with same as molecule name like amlodipine that is called totally unbranded generic drug. Same AstraZeneca company launches S-amiperazole and type of antacid capsule under the innovative brand name of Nexium. Nowadays, most of the companies manufacture S-amiperazole under different brand name. So that is the difference between the generic drug, and brand generic drugs. Okay. Question arises, why generic medicine cheaper? Is it low quality or what is that? Why it is cheaper? But the truth is that generic companies already saved money because they do not spend any type of do not spend any type of money in TV advertisement, in promotion through the medical representative, as well as brand marketing. So when these generic companies, these generic medicine companies didn't invest any money, so they produces medicine at very much cheaper rate. But yes, but the effect is same as that of branded medicine. Same medicine, same effect, but lower cost. Anyone can afford this medicine and save money along with the same quality care. But there's a myth that no, cheap means low quality. It's nothing like that. Lower price doesn't mean lower quality. It means lower unnecessary cost only. So this is all about why are generic medicines cheaper. Okay. Are generic medicine effective? Yeah, I have already explained. It's a correct amount of quantity, proper quality required, and totally safe, even expected effectiveness. Before any company launch drug, they generally what is the path of launching of drug? Before any company launching drug in the market, they generally first of all approved by the regulatory bodies. Before before launching in the market, generally they are lab tested, reviewed by expert, and then after getting approval by regulatory authority like CDSCO in India, US FDA in US, EMA in Europe, all these company regulatory authority carefully evaluate every medicine to protect our health. So generic medicine always meet these standards like correct amount of medicine, proper quality control, required safety and expected effectiveness. After that, these medicine will launch in the market. Okay. So now, what can there be a difference in the brand versus generic? Yeah, I have already told you tablet color, tablet size, coating test, as well as some inactive ingredient that is called excipient. It can be vary between branded drug as well as generic drugs. But but I just want to tell you, if you are unsure whether a generic alternative is appropriate or not, go ask your pharmacist or doctor before switching the medicine. Now, what is the final takeaway this session? Generic medicine always contain the active ingredient, same active ingredient, effect are same. Generic medicine are much less expensive, but you must consult your doctor or pharmacist before changing medicine. Okay. Now there are a lot of myths, and I just want to clear those myths associated with the generic drugs. The myth one that generic medicines are low quality. I have already explained. Approved generic medicine must meet required quality standard. Okay. Before launching in the market, before getting regulatory approval, everything get test, every issue reviewed by the experts, and after that only generic medicine launched in the market. So this is the myth, totally myth. Generic medicine are low quality. Fact, generic medicine effectiveness is equal to the brand medicine effectiveness. Myth 2, expensive medicine always work better. Higher price doesn't mean that its effectiveness is greater. I have already explained you that the company makes profit. It doesn't mean the medicine effectiveness is much more higher. It doesn't mean. So the fact is that higher price often reflect branding and marketing, but it not necessarily greater effectiveness. Okay, now myth 3, doctor always prescribe the best medicine. Actually, I just want to clarify one thing. The doctor prescribe medicine based on various factors, including patient needs, availability, and clinical judgment. But if you want affordable medicine, if a cost is concern, obviously nowadays medicine is an essential thing. But we have generally tried to make it affordable. So if a cost is concerned, always discuss affordable alternative with your healthcare provider like doctor or pharmacist. So these are the common myths that I have already explained you. Now, now the most important thing, always consult your doctor or pharmacist before switching. Don't think like that. brand and generic are not equally effective. Generic have same active ingredient, and don't think like that lower price is means lower quality. So these are all things about the generic medicine versus medicine. So guys, if you like my video, you can share with your parents, friends and families this information. All this information would be helpful to you to save money. And if you like my video, you can subscribe and follow my channel. Now, in next session, we are going to discuss some another topic. Okay, bye bye, good night.